Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video, and we're gonna get into the review. There's no intro here. Let's just get into it. So you have Xezat here with magic cover. He's a 5-7 star, by the way, just so you know. 5-7 star with a decent STMR. I don't know why 75% is kind of awkward, though. I don't like it too much because it's 75%, kind of awkward. But he's a magic cover. He's got the magic cover. He got the perfect dispel. And his perfect dispel also allows him to cover 100%, but there's only 25% mitigation, so you have guaranteed magic cover for the I think it was one of the first. There's probably others, but they're probably not as good as this. At least it has 100% cover on a cooldown, which is pretty interesting. He also has 75% general mitigation for all allies, and also ice and lightning resist 100%. I guess I forgot to put that there. It's 100%. He has Entrust, and he also has 75% Beast and Plant Killer, 75% Physical Magical on his Limit Burst. He also has a 4k HP barrier, which is pretty nice. But other than that, he has very kind of lower passives and things, but it's okay. He's a 5-7 star. I'm fine with that. So I'm gonna give him a 6 out of 10. He's actually pretty impressive as a 7 star. If you're free to play, you just started the JV side. This is definitely a decent magic tank to hold you over until maybe you get lucky and get Daisy, Fiend and Daisy, for example, or maybe Snow. So yeah, don't be discouraged, guys. 6 out of 10 for a 5 to 7 star unit is pretty high, actually. It's pretty high. So let's move on. We now have Neovision Awakened Gilgamesh, and you can get him for free in the event right now. But if you're watching this like 2 weeks in the 2 or 3 weeks into the future, and you're gonna ask me, "Hey, where's the free Gilgamesh?" Well, it's gone because it's only event exclusive. So if you didn't play during this event, then you will not get a free Gilgamesh if you do not play right now. So I advise you, if you are going to complain, don't complain, please. Anyways, he has infinite turns. He's got permanent triple cast, as most units do in their Neovision Awakened state or Neovision state. He now has 40 times mods for all of his old abilities, and one of his Stardust Ray chaining frames is now 80 times move. He has 600% cap. Apologize for the yawning and possible noises. It's very early in the morning. I'm trying to rush through this because I don't have much time. So, 150% true to wield. He has a Limit Burst that gets upgraded because of one of his Neovision passives. He now has 300% attack, magic, defense, and spirit buff permanent to himself, as long as he doesn't die. And also one of the most unique things is he has 150% Limit Burst damage buff for himself permanently, which is important for his Brave Shift form, because his Brave Shift form does have a decently strong Limit Burst 9-hit move, so maybe he can be a Limit Burst chainer in his Brave Shift form. He also has a lot of break dodge moves, including Mace, Axe, Spear, Sword, and Katana. So that covers a wide variety of things. If you need one of those things, make sure to bring him along. He also has Stardust Ray chaining, like I mentioned, Bolting Strike, Aurora Ray chaining, Graviton Cannon frames. Graviton Cannon frames are kind of coming back, guys, apparently. There's a lot of units in this banner that have Graviton Cannon frames. I don't know why, but they decided on buffing the dead family now. And I'm not going to mention, but he does have, I guess I will mention, he does have Tornado frames, but like, come on. Who is using Tornado anymore? No one. So he has killers and elemental resistance based on his weapons equipped. So for example, if you have like a katana equipped or something, I think, or a sword. I can't remember exactly all the things because there was so much there. But for example, like if he had a mace, he'll have like, a killer, and he'll have elemental resistance to something, for example. And I can't really think of many negatives other than he doesn't have any imbues. He has no imbues or imperils, I don't think. He has like some damage, like dark moves and stuff like that, but it's not very good. It's hybrid, so not that good. The only negative I can think of is no imbues or imperils, like Onion Knight. That's it. So, what will I give him? I'll be giving him a 7.5 out of 10. He's very solid. Neovision Awakened unit, for being one of the oldest units in the game. They definitely helped him out a lot. And 7.5 is pretty high for a Neovision Awakened unit, I would say. 7 is the average for most units, so getting higher than 7 is a pretty accomplishment. The thing that's holding him back is no imbues or barrels to make him even more better damage dealer. So 7.5 guys for that. And we have NVA Bartz Bartz, who also has infinite turns. He has a rain-like imbue ability where he can imbue himself and imbue an ally. If you've used rain, you'll know what I mean. And he also chains, so it's pretty good. And he also has a lot of mod boost to his old abilities, give or take, some higher than others. Olympus upgrade, now he can be a Olympus damage dealer, AoE 135 times mod, but also has 150% Olympus damage in his passives, while also having that other smaller percentage in his passives from before. Remember guys, when we were like, hey, why does he have Olympus upgrade and like Olympus damage in his when you beat the FFBE? Well, now it actually is important because now you can get that Olympus damage to be pretty strong. So he can be a Olympus damage dealer if you want him to be like a finisher. 100% beast and plant killer passively. He also has a cooldown that gives him beast and plant killer. He also has wind boost for all allies, physical and magical, 45%. That's pretty high on a cooldown. And also he gives wind AR chaining, very similar to Regis, where when he uses an ability, now everybody has light AR chaining. Now you can do wind AR chaining, so that's pretty good. And Olympus in his racial form provides some stat buffs and wind imbue and things like that, but it's pretty okay, but it's not amazing because Pwn can actually do all those things already. So Pwn can actually do wind imbue, Pwn can actually give Olympus damage, Pwn can actually give a stat buff of that much, I believe. So it's an all-in-one basically, but it's nothing that monumental, insane. And really, he's really built for dark visions. He can wind imbue, he can give AR chaining, he can do high modifier chaining abilities, he can be a Olympus finisher if you want him to be. So if he's mainly dark visions chainer, but if you really don't want him to be, he's just an okay chainer. He has a very strong wind chaining modifier, I think it's over 100 something, in his grandest ability and his normal form, so it's pretty good. And what do I give him? An 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is a very good score, I think, for NVA Awakened units. I think that he's quite good. In fact, he's probably going to be even better than I can expect, because, I mean, this is just my review right now, but usually when I get into the game and I check him out and stuff, he'll probably have a better score, maybe eventually. He may even get to an 8.5, so 8 out of 10 for now. And finally, Faris, who I already have a complaint with her STMR because her STMR is actually weaker than Terra's, but at least has some attack on it for her Brave Shift form, because she has a very varied kit, let's say. So she has infinite turns, of course. She has Leviathan, Golem, and Rama. Summon zones, which only boost elemental magic, by the way, that's all they do. And she's really just Wind Terra in her normal form, compared to Terra in her Brave Shift form, so she doesn't have to switch over to be that Olympus finisher type, evoke damage dealer type thing. Her Olympus Brave Shift is nearly identical to Vaughn's, where he has the break, the imperil, and the damage, but hers is a one-hit move, so you can actually make her as a finisher if you want. She's actually a dual finisher, like a physical finisher and also a evoke finisher. So you have two varieties on that, which is interesting. She has a 600% cap, or the 6 times cap, or in a legacy form, and 150% attack. Whoops, 150% attack in magic, true to wield. I know it's a little confusing, but she has magic, 150% magic, true to wield in her normal form, 150% physical, true to wield in her Brave Shift form, because she's a physical damage dealer in her normal form, or in her Brave Shift form. So there's that. She has 180% evoke damage and also 60% evoke magic, 150% aquatic killers, which is pretty useless because there's not very many aquatic enemies, but maybe for dark visions, I guess. There's quite a few of those. She also has an insane move for herself, 50% fire boost for herself, so fire, physical and magical boost for herself. Unfortunately, it's not wind, so you can't switch over after and use her Olympus. But fire is quite good for herself because she does a fire damage dealer in her brave shift form. I think that's insane because it'll always be up. I believe. I believe it'll always be up because there's a 5-turn cooldown and it lasts for 5 turns, and it's quite good. Her brave shift form really is just a breaker and finisher, but she can also chain with AMOE frames, and it's pretty good with that 50% fire boost. But you can also finish with it too. So there's some comparisons to Terra here, at least initial comparisons. Her base Olympus is lower than New Vision Terra. Hers is 72 times versus Terra's 80 times. But in the trade-off, Faris can burst more often because of the Faris can burst more often than Terra, but Terra doesn't have those boosting moves like Terra has. Faris doesn't have those green disabilities in the one ability that gives her a burst boost right away. She doesn't have that, so she's more of a passive gaining type thing where she gets an Evo Gauge per turn and stuff like that, and it's okay. Doesn't have as much Evo stats as Terra, and also like I mentioned, yeah, she can't fill up right away. And also no imbues in her base, but she has like an ace type move. Not that good, but it's okay. And also Chaos Wave, really? Regular Chaos Wave? I mean, come on. Just no. So Terra versus Faris. Terra bursts harder when it counts, but Faris is burst can possibly burst more often if you support her in their lone burst and stuff like that. And I will say that Faris also can do a lot more things than Terra can, where she can be a breaker and she can be a damage dealer at the same time and do a lot of other kind of things, whereas Terra, she finishes and then she switches back and then she does nothing for several turns. She summons sometimes and she can use her Olympus to give a Olympus damage buff, but that's really it. Her support kit is not nearly as good as Faris, I think. I think Faris is quite good, and I'm going to be giving her... I'm not going to make the same mistake I made for Terra, but we know that her Olympus is not going to be as strong as Terra's. It's guaranteed because the modifiers are a lot less. Quite a lot less compared to Terra. But she also has a lot of other options she can do, and she can also summon other Espers compared to Terra. She can also break, unlike Terra, and things like that. So I'll be giving her a 9 out of 10 for being able to be a breaker and being able to be a finisher and being able to be an Evo Gauge damage dealer. So 9 out of 10 is going to be for Faris. I'm really hoping that she's going to turn out pretty well. I don't know anything about the in-game stuff just yet because I'm so busy I barely have time to think. So if you watch all of this video, make sure to type in #Evo. #Evo will be the keyword. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video, make sure to hit that notification bell. And I hope to see you in the very next one. And I know there's people who are going to accuse me of rushing this, but I really am trying to get through this. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.